All right, welcome back. I'm just going to refresh this real quick and I'll be right back. Yes, welcome back. Welcome back. All right, so let's go. You guys know who Teju Babyface is? This is Teju Babyface right here. It was a comedian. I think it was a comedian. He's a talk show host. It's one of the legendary talk show hosts by now. But he has a video up here. I'm watching it for the first time with you guys. I'm gonna play it and then we'll talk. All I saw is that is marriage. I see the caption say, "Is marriage even worth it anymore? The real reason behind marriage struggles." And apparently he has a guest called Soji Olayinka who breaks it down for us, and let's hear what they have to say.
Given the way the world is going, really, is marriage really worth it anymore? There just seems to be so much stress and pressure. Do we still need marriages, really? Because people used to get married for kids. But I think there is more harm done kids now in a lot of marriages than good. It seems that all the usual old arguments for marriage, they are now.
My internet is definitely acting up. Let me see if I can get it to play here. Hold on one second, guys. Oh, I think my internet is hanging, guys. Let me see if I can wait a little bit. It's a struggle. Let's see. Okay, I should be back now. Let's try this.
The way the world is going, really, is marriage really worth it anymore? There just seems to be so much stress and pressure. Do we still need marriages, really? Because people used to get married for kids. But I think there is more harm done kids now in a lot of marriages than good. It seems that all the usual old arguments for marriage, they are now paling. They are now failing in the face of other things. Please tell me, what is marriage still worth it?
But one thing I want to say is this. The truth is this. Marriage itself is not the problem. The problem is about those who live in that marriage. God created marriage. It's good. Now, if you look at the template, it's actually a beautiful thing. You, as a man, you have a woman that you love, that you feel for everything about you revolves around her, and vice versa. You are in a unit. And you're just living your life beautifully well. There's nothing wrong with that. That's a good thing. You're at home, your wife comes back. You come back from work, you meet your wife and your children, she cooks for you, you have sex. But the people in that marriage, they are the ones who don't understand each other. Their temperaments are different. They are fighting every day. They now make that marriage look difficult. It's a beautiful house, painted, well lit. Now, both of you decide to live in that house. Now, because you now begin to fight in that house, to shout on each other, to cheat on each other, does that make that house ugly? Does it make the house complicated? No.
I like that.
You are the ones that are complicating your lives. The house itself is beautiful. If other people live in that house, they can enjoy it. So, why is marriage complicated? We are the ones, the people inside. Marriage is not. Do you understand what I'm saying? No, marriage is not complicated. Are we not complicated? We are human beings. It's a human issue. It's not marriage issue. It's a human issue. And that's how I see it.
I just want to know, given the way the world.
All right, that was some good points in that. Let me see here. There's a second video. Let's see if we can get something out of it too.
How true is this trend that as we go along, women are now getting more and more involved in extracurricular activities? Those chains that used to hold women, those traditional, cultural, or even religious chains, they have now been losing to the extent that women now are now having. How often do you encounter that?
So I get a lot of DMs from my videos. If I do a video and it's relatable to certain folks, they send me a DM to tell me their issues. And then I give them my phone number, and then I schedule sessions with them. A woman who lives in Germany sends me a message. I cheated on my husband, and he found out. I don't want to lose my marriage. please, I need help. That was the message she sent. And so, of course, as usual, I give her my WhatsApp number, do a voice note, tell me the issue, introduce yourself, tell me the issue, and then I will now schedule a session. So what she did, and she said, the whole story was there, that she and her husband had been fighting, quarreling all the time. She had not really enjoyed
The marriage.
the marriage. And then every night she will cry because of one.
Come on now. Come on now. All right. So let's hang it right there. Okay, let's hang it right there. My internet I'm struggle streaming, so I don't know what's going on in Utah, but I'm definitely struggle streaming. Typically, I can work with something. Let's what we got here. We have more than enough. I like the first point he made, that marriage is not the problem. I say that here all the time. If you are trash people and you go and do marriage, you will end up with a trash marriage. This is just reality. Now, some people might say, they might get stuck on the semantic of that. They might say, no, but marriage is a problem. Or marriage is complicated. Some people say marriage is hard work. I said it's not hard work. Working on yourself is hard. Self-accountability is hard. They said, well, that makes marriage okay. All right, I agree. It's not about the semantics. I just want you to get some understanding. I want you to dig a little bit deeper. Okay? Let me see if I can get it to play. I don't know if it will play, but anyway, you need to dig a little bit deeper. And usually the reason why I like this guy actually. I find out more about him. Let me see if I can follow him. The reason why we're trying to get people to gravitate away from thinking about the marriage as a problem is because people use that as the excuse to not work on themselves, right? They use it to make a hasty conclusion that marriage is just no longer working. Well, lack of self-accountability will make you struggle in life. It's always been that way. That one is timeless. You see, when you identify the problem as a timeless problem, it's a little bit easier to solve the problem. When you make the problem about the times that we live in, it makes it that much harder to... His name is Soji Olayinka, if you want to go follow him. I'll see if I can tag him later on. Right? It makes it that much harder. So if I say things a certain way, people tend to want to come and argue with the way I said it. The way I said it is deliberate. There's an objective to why I said it the way I said it. So if I tell you that marriage is not the problem, you are the problem, you should ask me, why did that say it that way? You acknowledge that you see it that way, and then we'll go back and forth, and you might still settle for the way you say it. As long as you get some other understanding, some other perspectives, right? So that you can come up with your own solution. Because at the end of the day, I can't tell you what to do. I can only shed light on some other perspective to what you're going through. Okay? So some things are inevitable. Some things don't change. The result you are creating, you can see right there in front of you. It's either you're happy or you're not happy with it. Okay? I don't get to determine that. So it's not a matter of opinion. If you say you are happy, I will agree with it instantly. Right? We're on the same page.
You're right.
But if you say, no, something Oshikudiakato, it remains small. It's not there. It's not what you like. Guess what? That's your reality. I will have to agree with you too. Right? But at that point, it's easier for me to work with you to navigate to the solution. So as you can see, I'm looking at some of the comments here right now. Somebody said in our life, they make marriage complicated. Sometimes from what some couples share. But he gave a very, very good analogy. He said, if a house is beautiful, the house is beautiful. If you go inside the house, you live inside of it, and then you fighting each other, you can't turn around and say the house is ugly. Marriage is the same thing. Okay? Marriage is the same thing. It's either you know how to make that house a home or you don't. Right? So it's very important to not call the house ugly, because we don't want to be fixing the house. We want to fix the source of the problem. It's very important to say it that way if the objective is to get to a solution. If the objective is for you to be right, which is what most people entangle themselves in, they just want to be right, which is why they get into stupid arguments with each other. If the objective is to be right, you're right. You're already right. We don't need to argue back and forth about that. You're right.
You're right.
Somebody said, somebody still want to argue. Funny enough, it's always some kind of Folashade. No offense to the Folashades. They are very argumentative from what I've seen. I'm generalizing. I said, please forgive me, Folashades. Okay? Folashade said, I believe marriage is complicated, but only good and committed partners can handle it. You see? They need to blame it on something else but self. It is the other partner who is not good and committed. It is always that way. There's nothing in you. Remember, I told you the one thing that is very, very hard in all of this is self-accountability. It is very hard. It's easier said than done. It's like looking at yourself and just blaming yourself for something you didn't do. So I understand why it seems complicated. There are some things in marriage you may not be able to explain or give reasons to. See how we just blame that on not knowing. We don't know, we will never know. There's nothing else to know. There's no books, there's no manual. There's nothing there to know. Let's just conclude that this thing is difficult. Let's make a conclusion and live in our misery. I hope you're paying attention. But with determination, both partners still see, they're always saying both. You know why they're saying both? Because they think it will be easier if we just make both come together. This is why people say it takes two to tango. Just make both come simultaneous together and work together. And that's the only way it can work. You're lying to yourself. You didn't do it like that in the beginning. It's not going to happen like that. Today, you're the one complaining. You need to do some self-work. Before we worry about the other person's responsibility, you need to be the person that deserves better first. At least we need to make sure of it. That's the way it works. So if it takes two to tango, it takes one person to start the dance in the direction that they want. You take self-accountability. If that sounds like victim shaming, you're right. That's something you said to yourself. I don't think it is, but that's something you said to yourself. Because if you like where you are, I like it too. I like it for you. Somebody said, no two marriages are the same. These are things we say to ourselves to make ourselves feel better. No two marriages are the same. There is no blueprint of expectations. This, however, does not say marriage is not worth it. That's exactly what you said. You're just trying to backtrack. You might as well just say you don't belong in marriage, and that will be also fine too. You would be right.
You're right.
It is very interesting and worthwhile. You're wrong. That statement right there, in fact, I'll leave it right there. It is absolutely wrong. Mr. Soji Olayinka is correct. There are formulas that tend to work. There are principles that work across the board. How we apply it obviously will be different from people to people, stories to story, is case by case. But to sit around the internet and tell yourself that there's no manual, there's no blueprint, yeah, these are things that keeps you in misery. With that being said, let's keep it moving. I have some other stories around the world. Hit like button, share, subscribe, turn up your notifications. I will be right back.
It's your love that I've been missing. I miss all your hugs, your touching and kissing. Make love on the floor, the couch in the kitchen. One love enough, we done enough.